Hello everyone, welcome to the new lecture of lecture series on network analysis and synthesis. I am Dheeraj Singh, working as an assistant professor in ABS Engineering College. So today we are going to learn about the Laplace transform. We will see what is Laplace transform, why there is a need of Laplace transform, what are the conditions under which this transform exists, and what are the singularity functions. Then we will see, we will find out Laplace transform for some of the signals. In our earlier classes we have discussed about the Fourier series and Fourier transform. So Fourier transform was also one of the transform which is used to convert our time domain signal from time domain into frequency domain. So Laplace transform is similar to Fourier transform, but there are some changes due to the limitations of the Fourier transform. So first of all we will see why there is a need of Laplace transform. हमें Laplace transform की ज़रूरत क्यों पड़ी, that we will see first of all. So initially earlier we have studied about the Fourier transform. Fourier transform was that x of omega minus infinity to infinity x of t e to the power minus j omega t into dt. So that was the formula for Fourier transform. ये हमारा फॉर्मूला था Fourier transform का. But for the existence of Fourier transform or to find out the Fourier transform directly, there was a condition that it must be satisfied, that it must be integrable, that minus infinity to infinity magnitude of x t dt must be less than infinity. अगर ये कंडीशन सेटिस्फाई होती थी तभी हम Fourier ट्रांसफॉर्म डायरेक्टली निकाल पाते थे, अदरवाइज वी हैव टू फॉलो अ डिफरेंट मेथड दैट वी हैव ऑलरेडी सीन फॉर सिग्नम फंक्शन. सिग्नम फंक्शन भी हमने डायरेक्टली Fourier ट्रांसफॉर्म के फॉर्मूले से नहीं निकाला. यूनिट स्टेप फंक्शन वो भी ये कंडीशन सेटिस्फाई नहीं करता था, उसका भी हमने डायरेक्ट फॉर्मूले से नहीं निकाला Fourier ट्रांसफॉर्म के. So this was the limitation with the Fourier transform. तो ये हमारी लिमिटेशन थी Fourier transform की. So to overcome this limitation, what we have done, we add a factor e to the power minus sigma t. इसी ट्रांसफॉर्म में हमने एक फैक्टर e to the power minus sigma t को ऐड कर दिया, so that when the signal is not converging, it can make the signal converging. इस फैक्टर को ऐड करने के बाद क्या करेगा, सिग्नल को कन्वर्ज कर देगा. सो दिस वाज द कंडीशन. इन दिस कंडीशन वी हैव एडेड वन टर्म e to the power minus sigma t dt must be less than infinity. So that was the definition for Fourier transform. We have this part is from Fourier transform. Now I have added one more term e to the power minus sigma t. Now the reason for adding this term is to make the signal converging. This factor will make the signal converging. So we have added this term to make the signal converging. Now because we have added this term, so now we have formula e to the power minus of sigma plus j omega into t, or it will be equal to minus infinity to infinity x of t e to the power minus s t dt, where s will be equal to sigma plus j omega. Now we have defined a different operator which is s, that is s which is sigma plus j omega. In Fourier transform we have only j omega. Now we have added one more term, that is sigma plus j omega. So x of omega now I have changed to x of s, and the formula for Fourier transform has been converted into minus infinity to infinity x of t e to the power minus st dt, where s equals to sigma plus j omega. This is known as Laplace transform. So, this is the transform we can obtain for those signals also for which it was difficult to find out Fourier transform. जिन सिग्नल्स के लिए Fourier transform निकालना मुश्किल था, like unit step, signum function, we can easily find out their Laplace transform because we have added one signal. We have added one signal which have converted our actual signal into converging signal. So, this is the need of Laplace transform. ये हमारी need थी Laplace transform की, because Fourier transform हम लोग डायरेक्टली नहीं निकाल पा रहे थे कुछ सिग्नल्स का, तो इसलिए हम लोग Laplace transform पर आ गए. Now like Fourier transform, जैसे Fourier transform की कुछ conditions थी for existence, in the similar way Laplace transform has also some of the conditions for its existence. So, these are necessary and sufficient conditions for the existence of Laplace transform. These are necessary and sufficient. So, x of t should be continuous or piecewise continuous, we can say, in the given closed interval. This should be there for a signal x t. अगर continuous है तभी हम लोग उसका Laplace transform निकाल सकते हैं. And the second one is that we have already discussed that this must be less than infinity. If x of t e to the power minus sigma t dt is absolutely integrable, then the Laplace transform will exist for x of t, or we can say limit t tends to infinity e to the power minus x t equals to 0. अगर इनमें से अगर ये कंडीशन सेटिस्फाई होती है, only then we can find out the Laplace transform for the signal x of t. Also that like we have discussed, Laplace transform is more powerful tool because we cannot find out Fourier transform directly for unit step signal, ramp signal. So, we can easily find out Laplace transform for these signals also. So, that is why this is more powerful tool than compared to Fourier transform. So, the next is singularity functions. So, what are the singularity function? A singularity function is the function which is discontinuous or its derivatives are discontinuous, then they are known as singularity function. So, there exist three types of singularity function in our analysis that we use in our analysis. First one is unit step, second is unit ramp, and third one is unit impulse signal. So, we will see unit step signal. So, unit step signal is we have already defined unit step function that u of t is 0 for t less than 0 and 1 for t greater than equal to 0, or we have also plotted it that if we will draw it with respect to time, for t greater than equal to 0 it is 1, and for t less than 0 its value is 0. So, there is a discontinuity at origin. So, this is one of the singularity function. Or if we will define its delayed unit, t minus a is delayed by a units, then we will define at 0, instead of t there will be t minus a less than 0 and 1 for t minus a greater than equal to 0, or we can say that t less than a it will be 0 and t greater than equal to a it will be 1. So, if it will be advanced by a units, then it will be 0, t will be replaced by t plus a less than 0, or we can say that t less than minus a, or it will be 1 for t plus a greater than equal to 0, or we can say that t greater than equal to minus a it will be 1. So, this is our unit step function. This is delayed by a units, it has been shifted by a units to its right as compared to the one which is not shifted. Now, this is u of t plus a, because of the positive sign it is shifted towards left by a unit. So, this is our singularity function unit step signal. Second singularity function is unit ramp function. Unit ramp function, we can say it is an integration of unit step signal, or if we will differentiate ramp function, we will get it at unit step function that we have already seen in our last lecture, on which we have find out the Fourier transform of triangular pulse. So, वहाँ पे भी हम लोगों ने इसका यूज़ किया था डिफरेंशिएशन का. डिफरेंशिएशन करते हैं हम किसी भी एक रैम्प फंक्शन का, सो वील गेट यूनिट स्टेप फंक्शन, और रैम्प फंक्शन इज डिफाइंड एज 0 फॉर t लेस देन इक्वल टू 0. सो फॉर t लेस देन इक्वल टू 0 its value is 0, and for t greater than 0 its value is t. This is also there, and slope is always 1 for a ramp function. Now, if it will be delayed by a unit, so it will be t less than a, it will be 0, and for t greater than it will be t. This is delayed by a units. Now, the slope is starting at a because it has been delayed now. Now, if it will be advanced by a units, it will be t less than minus a or t greater than minus a. So, after minus a the slope will start. So, this is our second singularity function, unit ramp function. Now, the third function is unit impulse. Third singularity function is unit impulse signal. So, we have already defined our unit impulse signal like del of t, it is denoted by del of t. So, its value is equal to 0 when t is not equal to 0, and its value is not equal to 0 when t equals to 0, and as well minus infinity to infinity, if we will integrate del of t dt, it will be equal to 1. So, if we will plot it, so it will be del of t. So, at 0 its value is not non-zero, it is not equal to 1, its area must be equal to 1. So, there is a discontinuity again at 0, we do not have any value at t less than 0 and t greater than 0. So, this is our one of our singularity function, and if we will shift it by a units, then the impulse will get shifted by a units. So, we will plot it, we will get an impulse at a, and the advance, and will advance it, we will get it at minus a. So, this is our unit impulse signal, which is our third singularity function. So, these are the three singularity function that we have discussed, unit step, unit ramp and unit impulse, that we are going to use in our further lecture on Laplace transform. Now, next we will find out Laplace transform of some of the common signals. We will see some of the common signals that we have studied till now, what is its Laplace transform. So, first signal that for which I am going to find out Laplace transform is unit impulse signal that we have studied. So, if the function is impulse signal, then as per the definition of Laplace transform, x f of s equals to minus infinity to infinity f of t e to the power minus s t dt. So, this is our formula for Laplace transform. Now, in this case we have impulse function e to the power minus s t dt. Now, we have seen our property of impulse in our earlier lectures also, that if there is a function g of t and it is multiplied with del of t, and we will integrate it minus infinity to infinity, we will get the value of the function at t equals to 0. So, we will use the same property to find out the Laplace transform of impulse signal. So, as per the property it will be e to the power minus s t. In this case we have g t equals to e to the power minus s t at t equals to 0. So, we will get at t equals to 0 we will get the value as 1. So, this forms our Laplace transform pair, that del t will have a Laplace transform of 1, del t will have a Laplace transform of 1. So, this is our Laplace transform of unit impulse signal. Next signal for which we are going to find out the Laplace transform is unit step signal. So, unit step signal का Laplace transform निकालेंगे हम अब. If you see the lectures on Fourier transform, we do not find out directly the Fourier transform of unit step signal. We represent it in terms of signum function and then we find out its Fourier transform, but its Laplace transform we can easily find out with the Laplace transform formula. So, in this case we have f of t equals to u of t, f of s as per the Laplace transform formula f of t e to the power minus s t dt. Because f of t is defined from 0 to infinity, u of t is from 0 to infinity. So, it will be 0 to infinity, u of t is 1 e to the power minus s t dt. When we will integrate it, e to the power minus s t divided by minus s from 0 to infinity limit. Now, when we will put the limits, it will be minus 1 by s e to the power minus infinity minus e to the power 0. So, e to the power minus infinity is 0 minus 1 and we have outside minus 1, it will be 0 minus 1, we have minus 1 outside. So, we will get it as 1 by s. So, Laplace transform of u of t is 1 by s. So, this is the second signal for which we have evaluated Laplace transform. Now, the next signal is ramp signal. We are taking all the singularity function and we are calculating its Laplace transform, and the ramp signal we know that we have defined that its value is t u t. So, it can be written as minus infinity infinity r of t e to the power minus s t dt as per the Laplace transform formula. Now, r of t is t when from 0 to infinity, it is defined as t from 0 to infinity e to the power minus s t dt, or t e to the power minus s t dt when integrated t e to the power minus s t by minus s 0 to infinity, we have used integration by parts here. So, 0 to infinity e to the power minus s t divided by minus s into dt. So, when we put limit here, it will be 0 because e to the power minus infinity is 0, then t is 0 again 0, then we have minus sign, e to the power minus s t by s square from 0 to infinity. So, it will be minus 1 upon s square, 0 minus 1, it will come out 1 upon s square. So, when we will calculate, so this is the Laplace transform of ramp function. This is Laplace transform of ramp function is 1 upon s square. So, unit impulse we have 1 and then we have unit step signal Laplace transform is 1 upon s, and the ramp signal Laplace transform is 1 upon s square. So, these are the signals we have find out. Now, the next signal that we are going to find out its Laplace transform is exponential signal, which is defined as e to the power minus a t u t, and where a must be greater than 0 obviously, only then it will be a converging signal. So, as per the definition of Laplace transform, f t e to the power minus s t dt, this is our Laplace transform, e to the power minus a t, e to the power minus s t, because we are multiplying with u t. So, our limit will be 0 to infinity because the signal will be defined from 0 to infinity. as it is getting multiplied with u of t. So, 0 to infinity e to the power minus of s plus a into t dt. When we will integrate it, it will be e to the power minus of s plus a into t divided by minus of s plus a from 0 to infinity. Now, again we will put limit. So, we will get it as e to the power minus of infinity, it will be 0 and e to the power 0 is 1. So, it will be minus 1 upon s plus a into 0 minus 1 and the Laplace transform is 1 upon s plus a. So, e to the power minus a t u t will have a Laplace transform of 1 upon s plus a, or it makes a Laplace transform pair. So, also one point to be noted is we can find out Laplace transform only when we have written the condition already that when minus infinity to infinity magnitude of x of t e to the power minus sigma t dt is less than infinity. Whenever this condition will be satisfied, only then we can find out its Laplace transform. So, we can find out its Laplace transform only when 0 to infinity, because x of t is from 0 to infinity, e to the power minus a t e to the power minus sigma t dt is less than infinity, or you can say that 0 to infinity e to the power minus of sigma plus a into t dt must be less than infinity. It will be less than infinity only when sigma plus a will be greater than 0. So, this condition will be satisfied only when sigma plus a greater than 0, or sigma can be, we can say that sigma is greater than minus a. So, whenever this condition will be satisfied, only then we can find out the Laplace transform of e to the power minus a t u of t. In the same way, e to the power a t u of t we can find out as 1 upon s minus a. We can find out the e to the power a t u t as 1 upon s minus a in the by using the same formula. Now, cosine and sine signals. Next, we are going to find out the Laplace transform of cosine and sine signal. So, first of all we will see cosine signal for t greater than 0 only. Cos can be represented as e to the power j omega t plus e to the power minus j omega t divided by 2 into u of t, or we can write it as half e to the power j omega t into u of t plus half e to the power minus j omega t u of t. Now, we have just derived that e to the power a t of t has a Laplace transform 1 upon s minus a. By using this, e to the power j omega t u of t will have a Laplace transform of 1 upon s minus j omega. So, a here has been replaced by j omega. Now, half e to the power j omega t u of t. So, half will be multiplied here also on the right hand side. So, we will have s minus j omega, half into 1 upon s minus j omega. Next, e to the power minus a t u of t, we have just derived the Laplace transform of e to the power minus a t u t is 1 upon s plus a, but with the condition that sigma must be greater than minus a. Now, half e to the power j omega t u of t, or we can say it will be half e to the power minus j omega t u of t will have a Laplace transform of half into 1 upon s plus j omega. So, when we will add these two signals in time domain, their Laplace transform will also be added. So, it will be half into 1 upon s minus j omega plus 1 upon s plus j omega. So, on solving this we will get in numerator as s plus j omega plus में s minus j omega, so we will get it as 2s upon s minus j omega and s plus j omega. So, we will get the Laplace transform of cos omega t as s upon s square plus omega square. So, cos omega t u of t will have Laplace transform of s upon s square plus omega square. So, we can also compare here also with the Fourier transform. We this cos omega t also does not satisfy the condition, Dirichlet condition for the existence of Fourier transform. That is why we have moved to Laplace transform. Here we can find out the Laplace transform of cos omega t by using the formula. There we cannot find out it directly. Fourier transform डायरेक्टली हम लोगों ने नहीं निकाला था cos omega t का, बट लाप्लास ट्रांसफॉर्म ने cos omega t का डायरेक्टली निकाल लिया है. Now the next signal is sin omega t u of t. So, in time domain the signal will look like this. From t greater than equal to 0, we will have sinusoidal because it is multiplied by u of t, and for t less than 0 it will not have any value. So, sin omega t u of t can be written as e to the power j omega t minus e to the power minus j omega t divided by 2 j into u of t, or 1 upon 2 j e to the power j omega t minus 1 upon 2 j e to the power minus j omega t into u of t. So, 1 upon 2 j e to the power j omega t u of t minus 1 upon 2 j e to the power minus j omega t u of t. So, we have also seen while finding out the Laplace transform of cosine signal, e की पावर j omega t u of t का Laplace transform था मेरा 1 upon s minus j omega. When we will multiply it 1 upon 2 j, so it we will get multiply on the Laplace transform side also. So, we will get it as 1 upon 2 j s minus j omega, then 1 upon 2 j e to the power minus j omega t u t, इसका Laplace transform आएगा मेरा 1 upon 2 j s plus j omega. तो अब अगर मैं इन दोनों सिग्नल्स को ऐड करता हूँ टाइम डोमेन में, 1 upon 2 j e to the power j omega t u of t minus 1 upon 2 j e to the power minus j omega t u of t, we will get 1 upon 2 j into 1 upon s minus j omega minus 1 upon s plus j omega. So, we can add these two signals. If the signals are adding in time domain, we can also add them in Laplace domain. In the next class we will study about the properties. This we can do, we can add these two by one of the property of Laplace transform, that is known as linearity property. So, 1 upon 2 j into 2 j omega s minus j omega into s plus j omega in denominator. So, when we will find out it, 2 j will be cancelled and we will be left with omega upon s square plus omega square. So, sin omega t u of t will have a Laplace transform of omega upon में s square plus omega square. So, we have now calculated for both sin omega t and cos omega t. Cos omega t का Laplace transform आया था मेरा s upon s square plus omega square, and sin omega t का Laplace transform आया मेरा omega divided by s square plus omega square. So, the denominator of both is same and there is a change in numerator only. In the similar way, we can find out for the hyperbolic signal, cos hyperbolic omega t u of t, its Laplace transform will be s upon s square minus omega square, and sin hyperbolic omega t u of t will have a Laplace transform of omega upon में s square minus omega square. So, we can find out by writing cos and sin in terms of exponential signal, we can find out their Laplace transform also. So, so far we have studied in our lecture about there is a need of Laplace transform. क्या नीड थी मेरी, क्यों हम Laplace transform पर गए. उसके बाद हम लोगों ने सिंगुलरिटी फंक्शंस पढ़े, 3 सिंगुलरिटी फंक्शन, यूनिट स्टेप, यूनिट रैंप एंड यूनिट इम्पल्स. Then we have found out the Laplace transform of unit step, unit impulse, unit ramp signal. Then we move on to exponential signals, Laplace transform exponential signals, and from there also we have derived the Laplace transform of sinusoidal signals and sinusoidal signal, that is sine and cosine signals, and cos hyperbolic and sine hyperbolic signals. In the next class we will find out the Laplace transform of some more signals. So, this is the reference book that you can use, and thank you so much.